To start with, let me state unequivocally that I will never be a vegan. I fully believe and am invested in the fact that human beings are omnivores. We have the ability and the inclination to eat anything and everything in order to survive. That being said, I do like the idea of getting most of, if not a lot, of my food intake from plant based meals. I think it's better for me health wise, and I'm certain that it's better for the environment. So I've been having meatless Mondays for quite a while now, and I've also been researching and trying out plant based meals and recipes because the thought of just eating a salad on Mondays or any other time is really very boring to me, like a turnoff. And I know that there are excellent, delicious plant based meals out there. I just have to find them. I think it'd be easier to eat more plant based meals if they were good and if I enjoyed making them. And if I felt like I didn't have to leave something out or that it was missing something and I was just going to have to suffer through it just because it was Meatless Monday. Actually, I'd like to forget that it's Meatless Monday, period, and just look forward to a great meal that's yummy and I don't have to worry about what's in it or not in it. And that would be the perfect recipe for me. Just a recipe that's plant based that I love, and I don't care if it's Meatless Monday or not. If I could get 20 of those kind of recipes together, maybe I could be vegetarian. Who knows? Yoga and stretching, some sort of ongoing habit for healthy living. I know that flexibility is a really important factor as you age because you start losing flexibility, and I can feel it in my hip flexors even now. I feel stiff. And I know that it's from sitting too much because I have my 9 to 5 job. I work all day and then I sit around and watch YouTube a lot. Um, but I mean, I walk the dog twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I garden, I'm getting exercise, but I'm losing flexibility and I'm getting stiff and I can feel it. I don't want to be a stooped over old lady. I have taken yoga classes in the past and they have really helped with stretching. And I want to find another class around here somehow that isn't during the day. Most of them are during the day that I found. So the search goes on for me. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to find, well, I actually have found quite a few YouTube videos for gentle stretching exercises. They're free, of course, and I can do those in the meantime until I can find a yoga class that fits with my schedule. Curating a positive social media feed. I know that I will never give up social media scrolling. I I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, obviously, I'm on Instagram, and now thanks to my nieces, I'm on TikTok as well. So I'm not going to be giving up my social media scrolling, but I am going to work towards making all of my feeds a little bit more positive. I do want to make sure that those feeds are curated and filled with subjects, topics, people who are interesting, helpful, positive, and generally inspiring. I'm sick of seeing terrible things in the news, politics, gossip. I just don't want to see any of that in my social anymore. I only want to see positive, uplifting things. I want to fill my scrolling time with stories of positivity, success, and inspiration. These are a few of the social media feeds that I'm following now. I'll also put a link to them in the description. The first one is Solo in Style, women over 50 traveling solo and loving it. And I think the name of it just sells itself, doesn't it? It's a Facebook group and it's for women over 50 who are solo and their travel adventures, both now, in the future, in the past. They give great information, positive affirmations throughout the entire feed. There's never anything negative said. They're always supportive and helpful, and I have pinned and bookmarked so many hotels, hostels, places to go, countries to visit, ways to get there, tour groups to join. it's amazing. So I've only been part of that group for about 2 months now, but it is stellar and really good. And again, it's all just positive, women helping women and supporting women. And I mean, that's the kind of feed that I want to have popping up all the time in my socials. The next one is Backyard Gardeners of Vancouver Island. And I'm certain, you can find a Backyard Gardeners of your area to join as well. But it's really helpful knowing that there are people out there who are beginner gardeners like me and having problems with things. And they can just post any kind of a question to this group. And there are master gardeners in this group as well who will help them out. And again, everybody is positive and helpful and supportive. And it's a really fun group to be part of. This next group, Weird and Wonderful Secondhand Finds That Just Need to Be Shared. This is also on Facebook, and it's the craziest, weirdest group that I belong to, but it's so fun. And it's exactly what it says in the name. It's people post pictures of their secondhand finds from thrift shops or secondhand stores or a friend's house, I don't know, and that they are so proud of. And the entire group is very supportive of all of these weird and wonderful finds. Nobody's bashing any of them, and some of them are quite weird. And everyone is just, giving virtual hand claps and thumbs up, going, wow, that's amazing. You look super in that dress. Those shoes match your eyes. Everything just, it's a really cool group to belong to, and it's fun. On Instagram, I'm following National Geographic Travel. I love National Geographic. I've been a member of National Geographic since I was a child. I have, a subscription now. I get their magazine every month. I love National Geographic, and they have great pictures. And National Geographic Travel on Instagram is just wonderful with all of the destinations and stories and, individuals that are killing it at life. Just really great stories, all positive, all exploration, adventure. I really love it. Another one is Explore Canada, and it's from the government of Canada, and just post pictures and stories and places to visit all across Canada. It's really neat to see all of the new and different places popping up. Some places I've been to, obviously, but a lot of them are new. And again, I'm bookmarking and pinning and going, oh, I want to try that. I want to go there. So if you're looking to visit Canada in the future, maybe you might want to follow them on Instagram as well. I also follow Bon Appetit Magazine on Instagram just for the recipes and the pictures of the recipes, which look delicious. And I'm trying to lean into plant-based eating, then this could be the place, this is the place that comes up with some really great, delicious looking recipes, plant-based. And I am learning a lot from it, as well as it's really nice to look at on your feed. The last one that I'll share that I'm following on Instagram, I follow a bunch, but this one is really cute. It's called We Rate Dogs. And people send in pictures of their dogs and puppies to this Instagram site, and the people there rate the dogs on a scale of 1 to 10. And every dog that gets sent in gets a score above 10. Every single one, with an extremely heartwarming and cute blurb about what the site thinks of their dog. It's just a feel-good, positive vibe that you get from it. Plus, you get pictures of dogs. And on YouTube, oh my God, how can I possibly explain who all I subscribe to on YouTube? But the first one is called Cozy Coffeeshop, and it's just sort of a jazzy vibe that you could have going on in the background while you're making dinner, while you're cleaning up, maybe while you're just sitting doing nothing. The next one is sort of an aspirational YouTube channel. It's called House and Garden, and it's a British channel. I'm sure all of the Brits are going, oh God. But yes, if I ever win the lottery, I'm definitely buying a farmhouse in the Cotswolds, and I'm going to have one of these designers from House and Garden magazine design it because, wow, beautiful homes, beautifully decorated, just in the English countryside mainly, some in London, but wow. The next one I watch on YouTube is called Garnerish, and it's Jennifer Garner's. She's got a fake cooking show in which Jennifer Garner actually makes a meal, makes some sort of a dish in about 8 minutes. And it's in her own kitchen, and she's really personable, and she loves Ina Garten. So usually they are Ina Garten recipes, but it's Jennifer Gardner making them, and she's really fun and cute, and she's a really good cook. I love history, and so the next two are history-based YouTube channels. This one is called History Calling, and it's by a retired, I think, history lecturer, university history lecturer in the UK. And she does mainly histories of around the Tudor era, which I love. And she's really well researched, and it's a faceless channel. If you're interested in making a faceless channel, she's got a really, really good one. I think it takes a lot of work though, and but she really knows her stuff and is really interesting, and I really love her videos. The next one is History Hit, and I actually subscribe to their streaming service as well because they are sort of a clearinghouse for all history video documentaries of all different kinds, and it's really interesting, and they've got tons of videos on history. So they're all documentaries, interviews with historians and authors. Again, I love their variety of history-based videos and documentaries. And this last one that I watch on YouTube, it comes out on Sundays. Don't let it interfere with my Sunday video, watching my Sunday videos. Don't let it. But it's called Raising Voyagers, and it's an American family who have moved to the northern Italian Alps, and they bought a small stone farmhouse, which they are renovating to live in. And it's about the renovations, going through their renovations. And it's really fun and interesting. And they do a lot of work on renovating this stone farmhouse. Like, it's a ton of work. So if that sounds interesting to you, join in. But again, all positive, all nice, all friendly, nothing toxic or downbeat about it. And this one, changing my mindset from I have to do something to I get to do something. So I have to go walk the dog now gets turned into I get to go walk the dog now. And I have to go grocery shopping gets turned into I get to go grocery shopping. I have to go to work. I get to go to work. And if you are a regular viewer or a subscriber, please subscribe. You'll know that at the age of 53, I lost my job of 22 years. And that was a very stressful time for me. So the fact that I got another job and I'm happy and making good money again, that's a very truthful statement. I get to go to work today. And I like that, and it makes me feel good. Putting a positive spin on a tedious or disliked routine reminds me that I'm lucky every day. I'm lucky that I have my dog. I'm lucky that I get to go for walks for her and that I can walk with her. I'm lucky that I have a job. I'm lucky that I have money to go grocery shopping. I get to go grocery shopping. I don't have to worry about that. Heck, I'm lucky that I have dirty dishes to wash. I'm lucky that I have a garden to weed. I'm lucky every day, and I just want to remember to express gratitude for everything that I have by saying, I get to every day. This is a big one. Smarter, not harder. Asking for and accepting help. When you are a solo person, you tend to be pretty good at taking care of yourself, at DIY, do it yourself. And you're very self-reliant, and it becomes difficult to ask for help or to accept help. I can do everything myself. Well, maybe not everything. As I get older, I know that I'm going to need help, and I've got to start accepting help when it's offered, and I've got to start asking for help. So last week or maybe the week before, I was at the pet center buying a 40-pound bag of cat litter because cats. And when I went up to pay, the clerk behind the counter said that it was Senior's Day, and so I got 10% off. And I could see that the senior's age was 60 plus, and I didn't correct her. I just said, thank you. And I took my 10%. I mean, I'm almost 59. I guess I could look 60, but that's not the point. The point is, I took the 10%. And then she asked me if I wanted help bringing the litter out to my car. And I said, yes, thank you. And so I let her carry the 40 pounds of kitty litter out to the car. I could carry 40 pounds of kitty litter. But the thing is, my car was in the middle of the parking lot. It would have been a little bit of a trek, and I probably would have been winded and possibly pull a muscle. Possibly. So why not, if she offers help, why shouldn't I take it? So that felt good, and it felt like a little bit of a test, me practicing asking for and accepting help. And I felt smarter that I didn't work harder that day. And this last one is a Dutch word, and it's niksen. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sure Dutch viewers will correct me if not, but it means nothing, doing nothing is what niksen means. And it's a word that I learned from a Dutch YouTuber on Simple Happy Zen, and I'll put a link in the description. Now, her channel is about minimalism and simple living, and I'm not a minimalist at all. I don't know if I'm a simple liver either, but she's interesting, and she's got some really good insights into cultivating happiness in your life, which is something that I really could get into. Now, this niksen, it is doing nothing on purpose. It's not the same as meditating, because when you're meditating, you are focused, and you are focused on your breathing, and you are focused on an intention that you had before you started the meditation. Niksen is letting your mind go free, wherever it will. It's sort of daydreaming, like you used to do when you were a kid. Think of sitting in a chair and just looking out the window at nothing, thinking of nothing, letting your mind go. That's niksen. And it's a proven de-stressor to allow your mind to wander and to stop focusing intensely on whatever, but to just sit and let your mind go. And just like in children who daydream, it can inspire creativity in your own life, as well as perhaps inspire new ways of thinking about big picture goals that you have for yourself. I'm trying to do this a few times a day for 5 or 10 minutes, just letting go and not focusing, but thinking of nothing. I mean, I've got a great view outside my windows, and I find it very rejuvenating to take time for myself, 5 or 10 minutes, and just let my mind wander quietly. It's really nice. So those are 6 new habits, positive, healthy habits that I'm trying to incorporate into my life right now. What new habits are you trying to incorporate? Tell us in the comments. Maybe I'll add a few to my list.